Right, I'm going to pretend to be Hickok 45 just for a couple of minutes, and this shooting test is going to be all outdoorsy. Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Airsoft Mike, and today's video is sponsored by Swit Airsoft.com. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised when Swit Airsoft reached out to me. Never heard of them before, and they said they wanted to send me one or two things that I might like. They basically specialize in selling brand new airsoft weapons, but based on vintage weapons, if you see what I'm saying. So we are looking at like things like World War I, World War II, that sort of era, up into, I would say, the 80s. Yeah, and those of you who are into your history and stuff like that, it is said it's the predecessor to the all-famous, all-American M1 Garand. Right, let's get this open. Now, there is one little thing I want to show you as I open this rifle. In fact, let me show you the box of this little thing I've got here. Who knew that Elite Force also do pocket knives? I had no idea. It's the same Elite Force that we all know when it comes to airsoft. Here, and look, right there on the blade, you have your Elite Force branding. Nice. Come on, let's do this. It's not about this, it's about this. Okay, I can see what they've done here. For shipping purposes, they've turned the actual manufacturer's box inside out, so you've got a plain brown box on the outside, and I'm guessing that would show that the contents of this box has been upgraded. So let's see what we've got in the box. I can see straight away they have supplied a metal rail for the M1903, a spare mag, and another great thing that I can see. Whenever they do upgrades to a particular airsoft rifle of your choice, they will still give you back the original parts in the box. So you will see one or two extras in this box that were originally in the rifle. The actual makers of this is S&T, and this is their, oh right, so this is probably, it's quite nice actually. It's like a nice metallic cover. This will be some sort of brochure, yeah, with all their other airsoft weapons. And then of course we have a basic manual for the M1903. Would you look at this beauty? The wood finish on this is beautiful. Sometimes you get real wood airsoft replicas or rifles, and sometimes the wood is a bit mismatched. This looks so gorgeous. Now, for some of you purists out there, you'd probably want to get this a bit more weathered. In fact, it's not weathered at all, so you'd probably want to get this weathered full stop. For me, this is just beautiful as it is. So, down here, if you're just wondering, look. Again, whatever they upgrade, they will leave the original in the box. And of course, the magazine that comes with the rifle. And I'll talk to you about this in a moment, but first, let's get this beauty out, set it up on the desk here, get my white screen backdrop so that we can just focus on this and none of this modern stuff behind. And there she is in all her glory. So I'm going to go around all the different features that you get with this rifle, whether it be stock or upgraded. But what have they done to make this oh so much more special than your standard out of the box model? Well, I'm going to tell you everything right now while you take in the beauty of this piece. So with this upgraded model, you get a T-N.T S Plus 510mm barrel. You also get a T-N.T T hop-up bucking. you get a T-N.T M1903A3 steel sear assembly, and that steel sear assembly can handle a spring up to M190. You also get a T-N.T M1903A3 bolt assembly, and that bolt assembly can also handle a spring up to M190. Now, you may recall earlier I said whatever parts they take out and upgrade, they give you the old parts back in the box. Well, that's with the exception of the inner barrel and one or two other bits and pieces. But hey, you could always discuss with them what you want and what you don't want. They do a full upgrading service, as well as selling you upgraded airsoft weapons. So this model has real wood. The whole thing is real wood, and then everywhere else is metal. The only thing that's plastic on this is that little magazine that I showed you earlier. But again, because I've got one or two things I want to tell you about that, we'll get back to that a little later. So, you've got your front iron sight. Now, when you look down that part of the sight, there's a little hole with a little, I believe, a grub screw in there. So to a certain extent, you could say it's adjustable, because if you loosen it, it will move from left to right, or you can take it off completely. And then we move to this part of the rifle, where you have your bayonet lug. You also have this, which I see many people refer to as another sling point. Yeah, you could put a sling on there, but why would you? There's other sling points on this rifle. This is actually a stacking swivel, so that you can stack, say, 3 rifles together standing up. And then here, look, that's your first sling point. Oh, and by the way, I have ordered a sling for this, but it hasn't come yet. But it will pretty much look like the one I've got on my M1 Garand. Whether that will be period correct or not regarding the sling, I don't know, but I've seen plenty of photos of this rifle with that sling on, and boy does it look good. Anyway, let's continue to this. This is your hop-up adjustment, and you would push it back or forward to adjust accordingly. And then we move along to this gorgeous looking bolt system right there with a very snazzy looking rear sight. Would you look at this? In fact, come in, take a closer look at this sight right here. And this sight, of course, is fully adjustable for windage and range. Now, those of you who know your classic weapons, you probably know that this, what you're seeing on the screen right now, is what Remington did to this. But previously to that, the sight would have looked like this. So it's time I got this beauty in my hands. It's the only way I can do it justice as I show you the rest of the features. So here we have the bolt handle and your bolt assembly right here. I always like to test what it feels like, even just raising this bolt handle, and this is buttery smooth, seriously. Oh. Right, so let's pull it back. Let's see if you have to have the strength of Hercules. Yeah, it's a good old strong spring in there. Let me do that again. Oh yeah, there's a strong old spring in there. And it also wants to put the bolt back as well. I didn't even have to push it. It was like dragging itself back. Yeah, that's a smooth, strong bolt system right there. So let me just show you. This is your trigger safety. So right now in this position, I can pull the trigger, no issues. Let me show you from this side so you can see it going back. But then pushing this all the way over to that side, watch now, the trigger is on safe. Look, it will not go back. However, although what I'm about to show you in the real world is a magazine cutoff mechanism, on this Airsoft version, it's a second safety. So if I spin it around this side, you will see there's an actual bolt safety also that will prevent the bolt from traveling back. By pushing it all the way down until you hear a click, the bolt goes nowhere. That is rock solid. Nice. And as we're around this part of this beautiful rifle, let me get back to this sight just to show you it really is adjustable, fully adjustable. So right here, this dial, that will be for your windage. So by turning this, look carefully, you can see that it's moving. And then for your elevation or range, you just push that up or push it down. And you can have it in any position along that sight. Awesome. You know, as much as I love modern weaponry represented in airsoft, I absolutely love these oldie worldy weapons too. I mean, look at the work on this. And this is just an airsoft model, but based on the real deal. And there, look, just so you're sure that it is an airsoft model, there's your S&T trades and the serial number. And a cheeky little made in China at the bottom of the trigger guard. And that moves me nicely towards the place where you put your magazine. Now this is where this separates itself from the real M1903, because as you know, the real one takes the stripper clips, of course, with real rounds. So to get into this airsoft version, you open up this door right here, and I guess this is kind of a nice feature because you don't just slot the magazine there and it's sitting right there. It literally goes down there somewhere. Let me show you. So here's the mag. It's plastic, so that's one thing I don't like about it. But hey, aren't a lot of airsoft weapons equipped with plastic mags? But hey, look, anyway, again, plastic. You can see right there where you would feed your BBs. Now, you could use a speed loader, or you can just pop them in one by one. Now, for the purpose of the chrono test that I'll be conducting today with this rifle, I'm going to pop some .20s in this mag. Then I'm going to pop outside. Yes, you heard me. I'm going to pop outside. I'll put some .28s in there just to give the BBs a bit more weight. Ideally, you want to pop some .40s in there, but I don't have any with me today. But there will be other videos on this baby, trust me, where I will test this with .40s. So, for the chrono, let's get some of these in. Right, so we just open this up. Now, where the BBs sit in this mag, you can see that first BB right there. That needs to be fed upwards into the rifle. So the mag needs to be this way with this lip right there facing downwards. So you first drop it in here like this. Now I won't push it all the way in just yet. There you go. Let me just show it to you from this angle. There's the mag. Yeah, I haven't pushed it all the way in yet. Look, I can just pull it back like that. So you push it all the way up until you hear a click. That mag is now in. And now we're good to go. Get some iPro on. So, another great thing about this service that Swit Airsoft does, your rifle, once it's upgraded, will shoot in and around the 570 FPS mark. That is awesome. But it's no good if it's not sight legal, or more importantly, legal according to the laws of your country. So they will set your rifle to your specifications. So the one I've got in my hand here now, when it was upgraded, it was 570. Now that it's been tweaked for the UK, it should shoot around 500. And I'm literally just going to take 1 or 2 shots, and then I'm going to jump in the car, drive down to a secret location, and test this bad boy out with the help of a mate who is actually a member of the NRA. That's the National Rifle Association, the UK branch. .504. That's good enough for me. Let's go. Oh, and by the way, I didn't just bring along the M1903, I also brought along this brand new bad boy, which I'll be doing an unboxing for very soon. Yes, if you watched one of my previous videos, this is what was in the case. Can't wait to do the review on this one. Anywho, so there's my mate right there, just setting up the target. Yes, I have friends of all ages. Anyway, enough of that. Look at this beauty. Wow, that is impressive. No, I'm not boasting about me. I'm talking about this rifle. The accuracy on this is on point, considering I'm using the iron sights that are on there. Imagine if I was to get a scope on this bad boy. Oh my gosh, that will be another video. Okay, so now let's hand this over to someone that normally shoots real rifles and shotguns, and let's see how he gets on. Oh, that's a nice shot. Oh. Mind you, I wouldn't expect anything less. This man fires real firearms. You're doing very well, so I'm going to get closer. Right, go. Hang on. Nice. Right on the bullseye. Oh, that was a tasty shot right there, same spot. Should be the last couple of shots now. Nice. That's it, we're out. Excellent. So yeah, I'm gonna call it right now. First impressions of this T-N.T upgraded S&T M1903A3 from Swit Airsoft. This rifle is awesome. Accuracy's on point. Don't even have the scope on there yet. Literally just using the sights on this rifle. I'm very impressed. My friend from the NRA is very impressed. Oh boy. So thanks again to switairsoft.com. Make sure you check out all the other cool stuff they have on their website, and I just know some of you reenactors will love it too. Oh, just one other thing about this rifle. On the butt plate on the back, it's actually covered by a nice thin piece of black rubber. That can come off, and that will reveal a metal butt plate, where you can store things like little tools and, you know, stuff like that. Just like the real version. Right, do you want to see something cool? Something real? I really feel like Hickok 45 right now. Let me just channel my Hickok 45. Oh hey, Hickok 45. Look what I got. This is beautiful. Semi-auto shotgun. Would you look at this? This bad boy is a Remington CZ 527. Yeah, you're just gonna have to wait to see that video the day Airsoft Mike gets his hands on real steel.